Josh Sebo, the COO of OfferVault.com, the industry's largest affiliate offer search engine. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great interviews, the latest affiliate news, and free training. Today, we have another very special guest on the Affiliate Marketing Show. He's a managing partner of BrokerBabe and Glize, one of the funniest dudes I know in the industry, and an enthusiast of Spanish meats. Let's welcome to the show, Stefan Muehlbauer. How are you doing, Stefan?
Awesome. Thank you for having me, and congratulations for pronouncing my weird German name in such a professional way.
I just realized we didn't go over that before I started recording. Did I say it correctly? Muehlbauer?
It's okay. It's okay. Yes, I've been named in different ways, but Muehlbauer comes, Muehlbauer comes very close to it.
Okay, cool. We'll run with that then. Let's just jump right into the interview here. I'm really curious. Before you were the managing partner at BrokerBabe and Glize, what were you doing for work before affiliate marketing altogether? What were some jobs you did before you were in this industry?
Yeah, jobs. I did a lot of nonsense as well, cleaning warehouses. I was a waiter in the army, what was pretty funny with all the drunk generals. And I was actually selling for nearly 8 years insurances. It was pretty fun. It was also very well paid, but it was in a very rural area, and always going there to the farmer, hey, if your stable burns and the cow dies, you cannot sell the milk, blah, blah, blah. Here, make your signature. Thank you very much. Yeah, this was a little bit too shitty after 7.5 years. I said, fuck that shit. Time for something more exciting.
So then how did you find your way into affiliate marketing? What was the transition from that life to the affiliate marketing life?
Well, there's actually one real happening that caused my decision. I was training really a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was obsessed with it, and there was a guy in the gym. His name is Christian Bayer. He is the owner of, now it's called Dating Kings. Back then it was called 69 Cash and Intermax. And he broke his hand or something like this, and I made the insurance for him and a lot of blah, blah, and here you have to sign here the stupid shit I told also the farmers. So he signed all this stuff, and he said, hey, you're a good sales guy with this kind of things. Why don't you want to sell porn? So he made it very interesting for me. You know, I was 20 something, and I was knowing porn only from making this year, and having an opportunity to work in this space. I was like, you have my attention. So It took me to a conference. It was called the European Summit, or it was back then the Barcelona Summit. It's still around, and even when it's now in a different location. And I went there for 4 or 5 days to check the industry. And it was amazing. I mean, I was knowing all this insurance dude with all their boring finance talk. And then I come there, girls, big watches, parties, clubs. And it was, I got it very fast that it's not such a complicated topic, that insurance with all the legal stuff is way more complicated. So it will not take me, like with insurance, 4 or 5 years and a degree in insurance management to achieve their stating. So I joined this guy, and I had some good time there. And then they hired a new managing director, and the guy was a total asshole. And if you see this, he's not speaking proper English. So you will never see this. But if you learned English, here, this is for you. Fuck you, dude. So this is not about the owner of the company. He's still my friend, everything. Yeah. But he put there a guy because he was living in a different country. That is his proxy or his drill sergeant. I was not getting along with this guy. And after 1.5 years, I took my my stuff and I moved on. And then I worked for Flashlight, selling rubber vaginas. So again, going more into porn. And then they closed more or less the European sales department. They handled everything from America. I was going to a German porn site, the biggest porn site, I would say, in Germany, Fandorado. And there was like the level of career very fast reached. And then I ended up in BrokerBabe 7 years ago. Pretty long time for the online industry, I would say, in one company.
Yeah, so let's pretend I don't know anything about BrokerBabe or Glize or any of the companies that you're associated with. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about those companies in general and what you guys do?
a sales pitch, loving it. So we are actually more advertiser than network, even when we appear to the outside more as a network. We started 11 years ago as an advertiser for mobile content. It was only BrokerBabe with adult content. And after 7 years or something like this, so yeah, it was 2016, we came to the point where we were not welcome at the affiliate summit anymore. They didn't want to have us there with a booth because we had adult stuff and we were always making big advertising, the biggest adult mobile company, blah, blah, blah. So they saw this, they say, nah, you can visit, but don't make a booth there. They say, okay, what do we do? It's a good show, at least back then. So we started, we make then a new company. And this company will focus only on mainstream. And this company was called Glize. We were searching for a name that is not saying something. We did back then only mobile. We didn't want to call ourselves like Mobile Master Cash or something like this, because that would tie us to the mobile for the rest of our life. So we said, okay, we think about something, and maybe we were drunk or so. We thought, what is cool? Slack, Skype, all this kind of stuff. So we entered different words into Google Translate, and we checked all languages that we could find there. From A, like Azerbaijan, to Z bis, I don't even know a fucking language with Z. But Haiti, swiping in Haiti means Glize. A little bit different written. So we bought the domain. We had to pay a little bit for it because 5-letter domain nowadays are not really available, especially when they sound cool. We made Glize, and we went, the first month was already like super successful because we had all this mobile offers now out of a sudden for mainstream, and we had all the affiliates there. And back then, 4 years ago, mobile content, the people that were already in the industry back then, they know the smallest violin in the world. Very easy money back then. So, and then I bumped into a guy, his name is Sergey Glaukus, still a very good friend of mine, not like the other dude that I said this for Sergey. Right. And he started something like ebooks, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Ebooks about dating and how to cook a tea that makes your dick hard. I was like, what? He said, no, I started this and it will work out. So he became our very first advertiser. And outside of the mobile space, we had then already mobile advertisers as well. And we onboarded more and more stuff. And over the time, it was even happening that we made way more money in Glize with CC submit offers from third parties than with our own mobile content. I mean, mobile content is always hard to serve. So we have the split. Glize is mainstream, own offers, and third-party stuff. And BrokerBabe is more adult stuff. But the real porn things are not really happening there. We are not having membership sites or so. It's more the dating niche. And over all the years, we acquired and started a bunch of companies that are now advertisers of us. So for example, Xcash is our dating company that we own 50%. We have a telemedicine offer. From my latest information, there are only 3 companies in the world that give telemedicine offers in out to affiliates because it's such a risky topic. We are the only ones, I think, that are active also in Europe and not only in the US. We have a live cam company, CamPlace. We bought 3 or 4 years ago, we bought a bank, an acquiring bank. So we have a billing company as well if somebody needs whitehead billing. We are offering iframes if somebody wants to build their own offers. We still have their own mobile content. Have I forgot something? Yes, we jump, of course, on a lot of opportunities. So we also have now a department that is producing in our own factory in Germany disinfection because of the coronavirus. And we have in a few days our first plane with over 6 million masks coming over, and we sell this as well. So everywhere where it's an opportunity that is done, in this case, not even so much online, but in general more online, we jump in and we milk the cow. Yeah,
Going back to your farming days, working with the farm.
Yeah, true.
It all comes full circle.
You can take a guy out of the stable, but the stable not out of the guy or something.
Exactly. Yeah, something like that. So you said you're an adult and mainstream. So I'm really curious about your answer to this next one. Where do you see the industry heading over the next couple of years? And what are some changing trends that you feel people are going to have to adjust to stay on top of?
Well, beside the harder flows on mobile, what was affecting us a lot is the biggest shift that I see, that affiliates are becoming advertisers. This is the biggest shift that I see, and it's very interesting that I would say like 10, 15 of the advertisers that we are having, where we make a serious dime, where before our affiliates, they were always running our stuff, and of course also from other partners. And out of a sudden they hit me up and say like, hey, I created now my own offer. And I'm not only speaking about e-com, where every idiot can make Utropy account and AliExpress and get their magic bracelets or whatever things they are selling, or Nutra white labels. No, these guys are really building stuff from a software that is prediction of sports betting with a database of every sports result since the 50s, over own dating offers, even in weird countries. For example, we have an old affiliate of us that is our advertiser now for India, where we offer dating offers in India. So this is the biggest shift, that the affiliates, from what I see, that the affiliates are moving more to becoming an advertiser themselves. There are for sure a lot of other changes, and I would be able to name for sure 20 more, but this is the most important one that I see.
Sticking with affiliates, what would be some advice you would give to a new affiliate who's just getting started in the industry? Certain things you would recommend they focus on and really become experts at?
So the first recommendation that I have is for him to stick with one big source, with one source that has the traffic directly, and not some shady guy you never heard about and he's buying from other networks and acquiring it one place. This I see over and over again, and I hate it. This is the first thing. You get a lot of traffic, but you pay more, and your original source gets also more expensive because you bid against yourself over another guy. So stick with one source that owns the traffic or has it direct, let's say it like this. I would always go for pay-per-lead offers, because you get simply more data fast. Nobody should start as a new affiliate with CTA telemedicine. It's way too complex. To find their winning campaign, you have to be willing to spend like 1-2K, but then it's going like boom. When you have a sweepstake campaign with a single opt-in flow or a dating campaign, there you get data very, very fast and for a very cheap price, and you can learn the do's and don'ts. And another thing that I would recommend is that you start in the country that you are familiar with. So if you are a Latin guy, start in Spain, Mexico, wherever you are based or wherever you understand the language. A lot of markets are very interesting and you have not a lot of competition. For example, Poland is a very interesting market in dating. 50 million people, payout of around €2 for a single or double opt-in offer. Who speaks Polish? Only people from Poland. Start there and not in the United States, where everybody speaks the language and you compete with plenty of guys. What would be another idea? Don't go for the highest payout, because there's a lot of shaving. Offers are different. The problems are maybe in the details. If you have double opt-in, what it helps you if you get €5 instead of 3, but the guy is never inboxing his validation email. Also, what I would recommend is to make as fast as possible a good connection to your rep. If you are friendly, if you are curious, if you are following what they are advising, most networks have good guys that are helping the affiliate and give some insights. So these are the basic recommendations I would give every guy that starts new.
Yeah, so you meant, go ahead.
And educate yourself. Read a lot of blogs. Sign up in the forums, look at OfferVault, what offers there are at the moment. and exchange yourself with as much people as possible. Now go to virtual conventions when the conventions are opening again. Go there. Maybe if you have a buck in the pocket, find a nice mastermind with somebody that you really believe in, and it's not something like snake oil. I think in America they say snake oil seller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because there are too much around. But this is what I recommend: invest in yourself.
Yeah, you mentioned having a good relationship with your rep. So that kind of leads right into the next question. When your affiliate managers at these companies we've already discussed are looking at new affiliate applications, in your opinion, what are some of the most important qualities that they look for in these affiliate applications in order to get approved to those programs?
So the most important thing is don't call us sir or dear. If you see that, we know already this is a bullshit. It's not that we are racists or something like this. There was even a time when our best affiliate was an Indian guy that was rejected by another company, and then he ended up with us in some way, and it was amazing. It's simply, to be honest, if you apply in our network and you write us at the time when it's like 5 a.m. in the United States, and you call yourself John Miller without a profile picture and no connections in common, and you say, hello, sir, I want to run pay-per-lead, single opt-in, daily payouts. It's like, what? You know, this is shit. But if you approach us and you say like, hey, my name is Ahmed or whatever, and I'm new in the industry and I would like to try some stuff. Are you newbie friendly? We say, of course. With what you want to start. You already have a game plan, what sources you want to use. You already were running something. If yes, where were the problems? Let's sit down and set something up. So you simply have to be honest, and then you can get access to us. And it has to match, of course, also the offers. If you approach us and say like, hey, I have a lot of traffic for crypto or something like this, you will not find offers in our network. We say, okay, thank you. It was a nice chat. Maybe in the future.
Okay.
And you get approved, and all this other stuff like, here are my earnings from Max Bounty. It's always Max Bounty. I don't know why. Here's my sheet from Max Bounty. I don't care what you make at Max Bounty. I care what you make with me, and a screenshot that you make a quick Photoshop that you are the big shot at Max Bounty. Fuck it. I tell them then, hey, dude, then stay at Max Bounty. It's a great company, but we are not the right fit. Honest, direct telling what you want. And we can start.
How do you define the concept of success? What does it mean to you to be a successful person?
Reaching your own goals. That's the most important thing. If the boss comes to you and say like, hey, I need from you like 1 million revenue next month on this offer, then it's a goal that somebody sets you, but you don't know too much about this offer. Maybe the billing is broke and so on. So you have to believe in this target and make it for yourself. And if you achieve it, then you have success. And it can be with these things like business, but it can be in every kind of situation in life. You say, I want to lose 10 kilos until the summer. Okay, now it's Corona. Nobody will see you how good you look. But this shit will end at a certain time and you can go out again. So reach your own targets, and then you have success. Some people are happy if they have a Casio and they have a roof under where they can live, and they are happy with this. They are successful. They achieved what they wanted. Other guys, they have a Rolex and a Bentley, and they are the number 2 in the market, and they are not feeling successful because they are not reaching number 1. Who is more happy?
Right.
So success is what you set for yourself as a target, in my opinion.
This is a fun question I like to ask some of my guests. If I gave you a gigantic billboard to put anywhere you want, what's gonna be on the billboard? What are you putting on there?
Make a baby.
Make a baby.
Yes.
Any reason why you would put make a baby on there? Just because you, okay, what's the reason?
I mean, I would definitely phrase it in a different way, but I became a father 6 months ago, and it was for me the most moving situation in my life. So everything that happened before, it doesn't matter if it was success in the business, if it was fun with the friends, if it was girls, if it was a nice holiday, a great meal, nothing comes 1% close to the feeling when you are there and the little one makes like this and it's amazing. So also my friends that were a little bit more like me, like lonely wolves and this kind of stuff, everybody of them that became a father, planned or by accident or under whatever circumstances, is extremely happy and says it's the most moving thing. So I think I would put this on the billboard. If the billboard would be in Bucharest next to my restaurant, I would maybe put something different there. If the be next to a convention, I would put something for BrokerBabe and Glize on that. But if it would be on the Times Square,
make it
something like this.
Okay. What do you like to do with your free time? You know, I mentioned in the intro that you really love your Spanish meats and your Iberian ham and stuff. So I know eating, you know, the finest ham is something you like to do. But when you're not eating ham, what do you really like to do when you're not working?
So actually, cooking is really a very big passion of me. Food in general, it's not that I'm like a crazy foodie and I want to experience the most extraordinary thing. So basic stuff is sometimes the best. So I also made a pulled pork restaurant here in Bucharest. So this is taking, of course, a part of my free time. Then
so you actually have a restaurant?
Yes, I have a restaurant.
I thought you were just like saying that as a joke. You actually have a restaurant.
I have a restaurant.
Okay. Tell us about the restaurant. It's a barbecue?
It's it's some kind of barbecue. I have a special way to make pulled pork. I roast it for 12 hours in honey and orange juice, so it gets really tender. And I sell this here in Bucharest.
That's awesome.
I have to say I'm far away from what I define for myself as a success.
Yeah.
But God knows what will happen after Corona. Half of restaurants will be bankrupt. My situation is, of course, a little bit more comfortable because my income is coming from online, so there is not such a difference.
Right.
I can sustain the restaurant, and everybody that visits Bucharest can drop me a line, and we meet there for some amazing pulled pork burger. And if you hate pork, for whatever reason, we have also beef burgers, halloumi. We have even Beyond Meat. Yeah, so if you're a hipster, you can drink a flat white and eat Beyond Meat and your sweet potato fries.
If I'm ever in Bucharest, I'm definitely coming to check that out. 100%.
10% discount for you, my friend.
10%. That's it. I thought it would be free.
I'm joking.
I know, me too.
Of course, it's free.
So let's get back to some advice that our viewers can apply to their own life. Let's say I'm a college student, I'm coming out of university, or maybe I didn't go to university, but I'm getting ready to enter the real world. What would be some advice you would give them in terms of what they should be focusing on in order to become a successful adult?
Well, I mean, there are two ways of how to approach that. If you have like a family background that paves your way to success automatically, I would really consider to go there. For example, I have a friend in my hometown, and she wanted to become a teacher, but her father owns the biggest beauty salon or something like this. So it's really a lot of money to make there. Is teacher your big passion, or you really want to bank with having every day 200 old ladies getting French tips or something like this?
Right.
I would consider if you have something, a way to go when your family or your connections are giving you this. If not, simply follow what you like. I became an insurance sales guy not because there was a high potential to earn money. I became an insurance sales guy because a big passion for me was to speak with people. I could not imagine to sit in an office all day long by myself. Okay, I'm doing this now in some way, but back then it was a little bit different. And I could not imagine to do this. I wanted to go out to the people. I thought, okay, what can I do? I can be working in a store and selling shoes or something like this. Okay, how much I can earn that? This and this? Nah, it's shit. So what are the other sales jobs? Oh, insurance, who pays 4 times more than being in a store? And it's actually the same thing. Let's look at this. I like selling. I like being with people. So it became a success. Here I work with people also all day long. It's more online, but you have the conventions. The topic is way more interesting. Even when it's not about adult, even when it's mainstream, how funnels are built, how tricky the affiliates are sometimes, loving it. So when you pass from college, go for whatever you like, and it should be a success, and have something like building some savings that when you have a very great idea that you can afford to make it as a freelancer or found your own company or make even a side hustle if it's possible.
Any bad recommendations you're hearing in the industry, whether it's adult or mainstream, that you disagree with, that you might tell affiliates to stay away from?
Be very careful who you make a prepayment. This is the first thing. Even when it sounds very legit, you have to be really careful, and you should ask your friends, not people that they send you, if this is really a legit guy. We also burned our fingers back then when mobile was so hot. Every idiot could knock on our door and say like, hey, I have traffic. And we were so desperate for it. It was a time when we paid CPMs for pops on Wind Italy for $220 for 1,000 pops. $220 for 1,000 pops. So every guy that was knocking on our door and said like, hey, I have traffic, we were wiring them the money. And in 50% of the cases, bad traffic, no traffic. So really be careful with upfront payments. No matter what people are telling you, if it's not a very big network where you can buy traffic that you see on every show, don't do this. You can wire the money to ExoClick, to name now one of the real big guys. But don't go to a guy that you never heard about that has an Skype with live dot and then a combination like this size, 2 friends with you in common. You can also check the history when the page was built or when the domain was registered last week with a guy like this. Also wrong promises. Really be careful, and when somebody promises you something, dig in deep. We had, for example, a guy that promised us fetish traffic in Germany over AppNexus. Bullshit. If you are not really knowing what is happening in the background of AppNexus, we had our own AppNexus seat, so we know that there is no adult, and it's the most restrictive thing, or was at least back then. When the guy says, hey, I can give you golden shower traffic in Germany, you know you will never get that. It's bullshit. So check it. Ask double, ask triple. Hey, is it really golden shower, or are you giving me some really vanilla dating, because not even this would be allowed? Can you give it to me on a paper? And what is your company? I think we cannot cooperate.
So just be careful with prepayments and do your research.
Yes, I mean, there are a lot of groups out there, and I see it on LinkedIn. All my friends and also us are posting there. This guy was not delivering, or this guy was not paying us. Also, when you try a new advertiser, be careful if you load there directly for 100K. If you don't know the guy, try it, see if they pay you. If you have a hustle with leads deducted, that should be legit, and so on. And over the time, you will build your Rolodex of companies and partners you can trust. Of course, also one of these guys can fall down. He gets screwed by his advertiser, and now he's not paying you because he simply don't have it. But that's the risk that you have as an online marketer. If you have a successful campaign, your margins are big enough that you can have some savings for these situations.
So let's do one more question here before we wrap up this interview. I think I probably already know a couple answers that you might give us, but what's one of your favorite achievements so far?
Well, when I got hired from this company 7 years ago, we were 20 people, and now the entire holding has 150 people.
Wow.
That's of course not something where I can say, oh, here, Stefan, they would be still sitting with 20 people. What is also big, 20 people in an online marketing company is not so small.
Right.
But you also have to consider that there were back then like 50 companies or 100 companies that were doing this mobile subscription stuff. And 80% of them are dead now. And the other 20% are huge companies like ours. And for sure, that was also some part of me, because I could have ended up also as one of the taking over and be one of the guys after the mobile click goes down, the company breaks into pieces. So this is for sure something I'm very proud of when it comes to business things, being there as a part, building the company from average size company to a quite big company with so many different departments that when one thing is not going that good, the other can compensate for it. If mobile goes down, the bank has more business for e-commerce. If dating goes down, the people need more iframes for building their own pages. In parallel, building really advanced things like this telemedicine stuff that needs millions of investment only to make the setup, to connect all the doctors. So I'm really proud to be part of this company since the day it really went up huge.
Stefan, you've been an amazing guest. I'd love to have you back on the show. Before we let you go, we're going to play a little game I like to call the OfferVault hot seat. Here's how it works. We're going to ask you 5 would you rather questions, not related to affiliate marketing. These are just fun to get to know you a little better as a person. Okay.
And I can only answer with option A or option B, I assume.
Yes, that's correct.
I have the feeling it will be some tricky stuff. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right, question 1. Would you rather be born with a rhinoceros horn on your head, or would you rather have zebra stripes all over your body?
Zebra.
Why?
I have to answer why as well. Because I think when I would go and drive a motorcycle, rhino stuff will disturb me.
Okay, cool. I think the stripes would be easier to live with as well. Question 2. Would you rather fulfill your biggest wish or resolve your biggest regret?
Fulfill the biggest wish.
Okay, I would rather fulfill my biggest wish as well, because I think failures and regrets are all learning experiences that help us become who we are. That's my deep knowledge for the day. Question 3. Would you rather have finger-sized nipples like that, or would you rather have nipple-sized fingers? You know, just like tiny little finger.
Well, my nipple have already finger size because I always play around with them during watching all this porn for the company. So I definitely go for the long nipples. Also, how shall I type with fingers like this? You know, it's like
that was what we say at TMI. Too much information, but thank you. That was a good answer. Question 4. Would you rather wear someone else's dirty underwear or use their toothbrush?
In some way, both of them happened already to me. It depends, of course, on the person. I think the dirty underwear is not as bad as the toothbrush. I can go and shower and a lot of soap and whatever the guy had, it will disappear. But if it's in my mouth, I swallow this and I get maybe some ugly herpes from this. Nah, no, I take the underwear, definitely. Underwear all the way.
I would go underwear as well. Last question of the OfferVault hot seat. Would you rather chug a bottle of ketchup or eat an entire tub of sour cream?
Sour cream.
Why? Because you like sour cream?
I like sour cream, and it's easier to eat that. I do every second year. I do a body transformation challenge with the adult industry. It's called Adult Fit 90, and there you do stuff like eating a 1 kilogram of cottage cheese or whatever, and you think you really get beefed up or something like this. So I think eating a box of sour cream. but this ketchup there with all this sugar and so on,
yeah.
not even a good one from Heinz, and it's maybe the no-name shit.
Right.
A lot of chemicals. No, sour cream. Bring it on. Sour cream all the way.
Stefan, when I did your intro and said you're one of the funniest guys I know, you really had a lot to live up to, but you far exceeded my expectations during this interview. A lot of laughs. We really loved having you on. Before we let you go, I want to just give you the floor. This is your time to tell our viewers anything you want about BrokerBabe, Glize, or any other companies you're involved with. Go ahead.
So to all the viewers out there, you're definitely in a very, very cool industry, maybe the coolest industry in the world. If you have not started there, and I made one step more for you to give it a try, do it. You can reach out to me, to my team anytime. Don't say sir, be honest, and we can try and here and there some stuff. Yeah, and beside this, ask us for the offers that we are having, especially this telemedicine stuff. It's for me absolutely magic. For the people that don't know what it is, we are selling prescription drugs like Viagra, Cialis, hair loss, and so on. So not the miracle pills, the real deal. Without visiting the doctor, an online doctor is giving you the prescription and it comes to your house. Perfect when it's now Corona, you don't want to go to the doctor for this. It comes to your house, same price. No embarrassing moment going to the pharmacy, my dick is limp, blah, blah, blah. Girl behind the pharmacy counter. Been there, done that, right? So you simply go, you fill out a survey. A few days later, you have it and the action can start. So yeah, pass us, and happy to cooperate with new people, or if old partners of us, old friends of mine are listening to this, hit me up anytime. And if you need medical supply like disinfection stuff or masks, we have a plane on the way to Europe, and we are happy to sell it for a very, very good price.
For Stefan from BrokerBabe and Glize, and myself, Josh from OfferVault, let's make that paper, let's make that dough. This was the Affiliate Marketing Show. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.